Welcome to the Practice Squad Podcast, Ep.10. I'm here with Ben and Chris. There's no MLB expert David Krause this time around. Of course, one time we do a baseball podcast. Also no Carter, because even though he's an expert in his own mind about baseball, he's not here either. We're just going to be talking about the MLB offseason. And starting off with the last acquisition that happened. The LA Dodgers acquired Mookie Betts and David Price. It was a pretty good trade for them. The Red Sox in return received Alex Verdugo. Verdugo's an outfielder. He batted .294 last year. He's a good contact hitter. He's not really a power guy. And then, of course, Mookie Betts, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, back-to-back leader in runs these past two seasons. He batted .295. He had 6.8 WAR. And he has 1 year left on his deal, so I'm guessing the Red Sox don't want to pay him, even though they have a pretty big budget.
They have a huge market.
Exactly. And then David Price, oh my God. He went 7-5 last year. He had a 3.31 ERA, $31 million on 2 more years. That was a horrific contract.
Well, when he signed that, he was an all-star, or he was a Cy Young. He won the Cy Young in 2012. As with the Rays.
Okay. Well, yeah, but he had Detroit too. He was with Detroit too.
He got traded that season. He got traded from the Rays to Detroit that season, and then next year got traded from Detroit to Toronto, and then Toronto. And then he signed with the Red Sox.
And then Verdugo, he's 23. I kind of see this as a loss for the Red Sox because Betts is 27. He has 1 year left. I don't know if I said $27 million. I don't know. I don't see Verdugo being as good as Mookie Betts is.
Well, no, but 23 years old and he hit .294. That's fairly good. He could become like a good leadoff hitter in the future, but yeah, Mets. He's Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts he's probably one of the best players in baseball. Not the best, one of the best.
You think he's top 5?
Yeah, easily.
I would say yeah. I know Mike Trout's the best for sure. Bryce Harper, I don't think he's top 2.
Betts is better than Bryce Harper.
Yeah, Betts is way better than Bryce Harper.
Altuve is probably better than Betts.
Nope, I hate.
All right, I think Arenado is better than Betts.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree? I don't know if we're counting pitchers, but yeah, I think Mookie's
Arenado's considered top 5 now?
Arenado's nice.
Oh, definitely. He's one of those defensive fielders, and he's a great hitter, yeah.
Yeah. I like the Rockies. Their colorway is kind of nice.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome. And their field is awesome.
No, what is it? Their bullpen.
Their bullpen has a park.
So nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyways.
With that move that happened, the Dodgers had to send starting pitcher Kenta Maeda, who they got from Japan, I'm going to stick with Japan. I think it was Japan.
Kenta Maeda came from the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But they picked him
Japanese.
up he picked him up like 3 years ago. For Brusdar Gratterall. Gratterall is not great, but neither is Kenta Maeda anymore. Maeda had a 4 ERA, he went 10-8. He's 3 years left, $3 million per. So that's not a horrible contract. The Twins got deeper. The Twins are looking for maybe a World Series this year. They're looking pretty good. Gratterall, there's just not much to say about him. He's not a phenomenal prospect. Baseball's just a game of prospects. You guys have anything to add on to that?
No. The Twins definitely got deeper, but their team is always inconsistent. They can go 100 losses and then win their division and then go right back to being a 100-loss team. But I think that they have the best shot of winning the division, especially since Corey Kluber is out of the Indians. He's on the Rangers now. And
what?
Also, Trevor Bauer's gone. He's on the Reds.
Yeah,
wait,
ridiculous.
Bauer was on. Who was he on?
The Indians.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think that they're the clear favorites to win the division now because even now Lindor's in trade talks too. So if Lindor goes, there's no competition. The Royals aren't competing.
They were the 3 seed last year, right?
Who?
Twins. Because wasn't it Yankees 1, Astros 2?
Yes, they were their division winner.
Yeah, I see the Twins doing the same thing as last year, honestly. 3 seed, losing the ALDS.
Because, you said it. The Royals are definitely not going to do anything. They really have nothing there.
They're just prospects. That's all they are.
Yeah. And then everyone that left is on the Brewers now, pretty much. So, I don't see the Tigers doing anything either. The White Sox, I mean, they have a lot of promise. They kept Abreu, they kept some other guys, just re-signed one of the relief pitchers, made some moves that we're going to talk about, but they can maybe be an upset team. But yeah, Minnesota has a lot of great pieces. I think the guy, Miguel Sano, who had a horrible year, I think 2 years ago, but kind of turned it around again. I mean, if he can be more consistent, then he's kind of an X factor for Brett Twins' team.
Yeah, definitely a significant power hitter.
And then the San Francisco Giants, they picked up Wilmer Flores on a 2-year, $6 million deal and Hunter Pence on a 1-year, $3 million deal. That's pretty good considering Pence was an all-star last year.
Yeah.
Wait, who got Pence? The San Francisco Giants.
He
left.
stayed.
He went to the Rangers last year. He was on the Rangers the last few years.
Okay, disclaimer, I stopped paying attention to baseball when the Mariners are bad, so like every August.
Wait, so you haven't paid attention to baseball since you were born?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
No. The Mariners are very good at being in the race until
All-Star.
till the last
All-Star
month.
break.
Not even the break. When they had Cano and Cruz, they were
No,
in the race till September.
2018 season, weren't they like in it until like August, and then
And
August
then the
they
A's
had
happened?
like one of the worst.
Yeah, the
And
Oakland
the
A's
A's
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
Last year was earlier. 2017 was the last year that they actually had a shot.
Okay, last year we knew, and I can't wait to talk about Mariners baseball on podcasts this summer, but yeah, I think last year after that fluke, I mean, everyone kind of knew they were not going to keep that up.
Last year was the year. Was that the year? No, 2018 was the year when we kept getting one-run wins, right?
Yeah, that was the
Okay,
yeah. 89 wins and didn't even make the playoffs.
89?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that
It's
much.
because the A's went red hot.
Yeah,
But of course, the 1 year that we actually do decent.
The A's won 97.
The A's won. Weren't they a wild card?
Yes. Well, that's
Wait.
because we have the Astros. The Astros are consistently
Who
over
was the
100.
Who was the 5 seed wild card?
I think the Rays.
Oh, that's right.
The Rays were amazing last year.
No, it wasn't the Rays.
The Rays weren't in
The
the playoffs
Yankees.
the year before.
Right.
The
It
Rays
was the
were in the
Yankees. It
playoffs
was the Yankees
2 years
in
The
ago.
Yankees won 100 games, and they were a wild card team.
I know that's.
And then they smoked the Twins.
Oh yeah,
Was
because
that the year that happened?
Red Sox were they were on pace to break the Mariners record for a while.
Yeah.
and the Dodgers were too.
I love how the
It's all
Mariners
coming back to me.
go from 116 wins to being not in the playoffs since.
Yeah, well, it'll be it'll be fun on the podcast for sure. I don't know how that blossomed into that conversation. We talked about Wilmer Flores and Hunter Pence. I mean, Flores is a good infielder. He batted .317 last year. I highly doubt he's going to keep that up next year, considering he's probably going to be batting a little bit more. Hunter Pence batted .297 and 18 home runs in 83 games. He was injured.
Yeah.
I think he was injured. I don't think he was suspended.
I mean, the Giants need to build up the rotation because they lost Madison Bumgarner, but they should have a healty Cueto, so that should be good.
Ben's just losing his mind right now
Where
because
did
he has no
where
clue
did
what's
he
even
go?
happened.
The Diamondbacks.
Speaking of the Diamondbacks, this works perfectly. I think the Pirates got prospects in return. The Diamondbacks got Starling Marte. He's an exceptional outfielder. The Diamondbacks are really loading up this year, too, for sure.
Yeah, Starling Marte paired up with Ketel Marte, the all-star outfielder.
Wait, Ketel Marte's an all-star.
He's not going to be outfield this year.
But was he an all-star?
Yes.
Yeah, he is an outfielder, too.
Why did we trade him?
Because he was horrible when we had him.
He led the
I know
league
he
in
was
extra
horrible.
base hits. He had like 40 homers.
Why is it that every time someone leaves the Mariners, they go off and become
He
amazing?
hit like 330.
It's because A, we either are not patient enough with him, or B, it's just we're just so bad that it doesn't matter.
I think it's option B. I think it's just everyone that... I mean, David Ortiz was a Mariner. He came through the Mariners farm system. They traded him and he became a legend in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, this list could just go on and on. We can make podcasts on podcasts about that.
Justin Smoke became an all-star of the year.
We should do that, actually.
Oh, that'd be awesome,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm totally down to do
List
that.
of Mariners players that went from being a shit show to being all-stars.
Or just congressmen who talk for 8 hours.
Huh?
Bernie Sanders has done that. I think we're called
Oh, yeah.
filibusters. We should do that with the Mariners for sure. Make it a video. I'll have you guys edit that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, great move for the Diamondbacks. Next one, Nicholas Castellanos signed with the Wow. The Cincinnati Reds on a 4-year, $64 million deal. Castellanos started out the season last year for Detroit Tigers. Tigers traded him off to the Cubs, and the Cubs, well, didn't do much. Castellanos batted .289, 27 home runs, and he led the league in doubles. I don't know if it was... I think it was last year. It was either that or 2 years ago. I mean, he's a solid outfield piece also. For the Reds, who are they contending now?
I think that they're pretty close. Aristides Aquino, the guy that faces the pitcher when he starts his batting stance, he came in last year and hit 8 home runs in his first 5 games. He came out in the tear. They also have Joey Votto still, who's still one of the best hitters in the game.
I think he's one of the most underrated baseball players ever.
Yeah. And then they also have Trevor Bauer to go along. I can't think of his name, but they had a pitcher who had a 2.4 ERA. He was at one of the lowest ERAs in the league last year. I like that 1-2 punch. I think that they could very easily be contenders. They also had I can't think of their names right now, but they had a player that was top 5 in home runs. He had almost 50.
Was it Scooter or Jeanette?
It wasn't Scooter. Scooter's good though. It was one of their outfielders.
We're baseball experts.
Not really.
And I mean, NL Central is loaded though. I mean, besides the Pirates who have sold a lot of players off, I mean, the Cubs are still good. The Brewers are great. The Cardinals are still pretty good.
Eugenio Suarez, that's his name.
Suarez, oh yeah.
49 home runs, 271, 49, 103 RBIs.
The Reds should be so much better this year. I don't know if they will.
Yeah.
Ben, you have any analysis on this?
All I think I know is that, didn't Joey Votto win the home run contest a few years ago?
Oh, the Reds also have Sonny Gray.
Yes.
Oh, is Sonny Gray good now that he's on the Yankees?
Yeah, 287.
Oh, wait, he was on the Yankees. He went from the A's to the Yankees, correct?
Yeah.
And then to the Reds?
And then Luis Casilla.
I didn't know he went to the Reds. I just knew he left the A's. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll stay in the NL Central, kind of. Marcell Ozuna was a Cardinal last year. He is a Atlanta Brave this year on a 1-year, $18 million deal. It's kind of weird. His option was, or his offer from the Cardinals was $17.5 million for 1 year. He turned that down to see if he could get more. He waited out a long time, and he only got $500,000 more. With a new team, the Braves might win the World Series this year.
The Braves are so good.
Yeah.
Their lineup is so stacked.
That I know.
The only thing that's going to hold them back is their pitching is kind of okay. But if they can get a good season from Felix, anything under 5, I'd consider that a success from Felix this year.
Yeah, I mean, losing Tehran, he is very inconsistent, but Tehran was very good at times, too.
Yeah. But having Acuna... Now you have Ozuna,
Albies,
Markakis,
Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
You're
along
loaded,
with Freddie
man.
Freeman. And you also have Austin Riley, who looks like the future of the team.
The list goes on and on. Well, Acuna is kind of...
Well, not the future of the team, but one of the best future third basemen. Him and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. look like they could be very good in the future.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is on the Braves now?
No, he's on the...
Okay, I was going to say.
No, he's on the Mariners now.
Yeah.
No, the Braves, even after that scandal, I think a year or two ago, where we lost some prospects, they're still looking very good for the future.
Yeah, they do.
Also, okay, well, we'll go from the Braves again. More Braves news. They lost Josh Donaldson.
Not a big deal.
Donaldson was great last year.
He was great, but they have Austin Riley, who's going to fill in his spot fine. Josh Donaldson also went to the Twins.
Josh Donaldson did go to the Twins. Thank you, Chris. 4 years, $84 million.
Yeah, the bringer of rain.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Donaldson is phenomenal, and he's going to help out the Twins so much, especially if getting Kenta Maeda for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything not on about Josh Donaldson?
Wasn't he on the Blue Jays?
He was on the Blue Jays.
He won the MVP.
Him and Russell Martin on that team was great.
NL MVP.
No,
AL MVP.
Yeah, he won AL MVP.
When?
Twice.
15,
17?
What?
Okay.
18 or 17.
Because remember that magical year and it was Donaldson, Stroman was maybe not... Well, Stroman was probably at his peak. Russell Martin also.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also... That was the year the Blue Jays were good. They had... Was it Jose Reyes or Troy Tulowitzki?
Tulo. They had Tulo, but Tulo...
Tulo was never good for Blue Jays.
Yeah, he was always injured.
Where was he... Where did he become good?
the Rockies. He was great with
That's
the Rockies.
fair, yeah.
Rockies got rid of him and it was perfect for
Blue
him.
Jays had him. Blue Jays had Jose Reyes then, right? Wasn't he good?
They had him.
I remember
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
he
super good,
domestic
but didn't he
abuse.
do?
They also-
Yeah, with the Mets.
They also had David Price on that team, and then Kevin Pillar was playing out of his mind with those catches.
Yeah.
And now they have Bichette and Guerrero, and that's kind of the future.
I like those guys.
That's great. Yeah, I wish we didn't trade away Stroman because I think Stroman's very good. But well, we can get to the Mets and Blue Jays also because the Blue Jays did sign an ace. We'll talk about that soon. The Rays and Cardinals made a trade, and the Rays ended up with Jose Martinez and Randy Arozarena. I mean, good pickup for the Rays. Anything to add on? Jose Martinez is a solid hitter.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty solid.
The Rays I think they lost some guys earlier in the offseason, so it was good for them to get some more value back. We can talk very briefly about Steve Cishek signing with the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, Ben, you know him, right?
He's the guy that pitched Submarine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
I don't
hate
like him.
I hate the guy.
He's not very good, is he?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He's with the Cubs.
He went to the Mariners, sucked, blew a ton of saves. Ironically got injured, and then was gone.
And then he did not light it up with the Cubs either. He might have had one good season. But...
He was good with the Marlins.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't need to talk about that. I mean, the White Sox, with all the bright spots on their team, Cishek kind of ruins it all. So that's probably the reason why they want one. And we'll come out with predictions soon, but yeah. Moving on, the Nationals, after losing Rendon, we need to talk about that too. They signed quite a few guys. We got Eric Thames on a 1-year, $4 million deal. They got Daniel Hudson, 2 years, $11 million. Starlin Castro, 2 years, $12.5 million. He led the league in, I think, outs.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, not offensively. They also signed Asdrubal Cabrera to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal, along with Will Harris, 3 years, $24 million. So the Nationals made it out pretty good.
Yeah. It's just going to be interesting what they're going to do because it's a National League, so there's no DHs. So they have 2 first basemen on their roster. They have Zimmerman and Thames. So it's going to be interesting to see how they manage those two. If Thames ends up going to the outfield or Zimmerman ends up going to the outfield.
I would not trust either of them out of outfield.
No.
Castro is a great defensive player too. I'm so glad he got out of the Marlins. I mean,
Yeah.
he kind of just got traded there from the Yankees for Stanton, but I'm glad he finally made it out. I mean, Nationals are deep. They still have star power. They still have probably the best pitching duo in the league, right?
Yeah.
Especially now that Cole's on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Scherzer and Strasburg is such a great duo. Ben, anything to add on to that? No? Okay.
No.
And Bryce Harper leaving was honestly not that big of a blow. Shout out to the Nationals for winning the World Series.
Yeah.
Especially against the Astros. Now moving on, Edwin Encarnacion, a player of the Mariners, did trade away for the season because he is just too good for them. I approve that, by the way. But he signed with the Chicago White Sox on a 1-year, $12 million deal, and there's a team option, so it could be possibly a 2-year deal.
Oh, I have a question. Didn't Bryce Harper say that the Nationals are going to win the World Series at the start of last year?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said that his goal was to bring Washington a World Series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At the Philadelphia fan.
I
day.
remember that, yeah.
Oh, I remember that now. I mean, he did follow through. He did deliver.
So
Can we talk about Edwin Encarnacion now?
Yeah.
He's a great power hitter.
Yeah, very good. Him and Jose Abreu will definitely be a very good combo. And they also have
Jan Mercado.
They also have Tim Anderson, who is the
So good.
leading batter this year. They have a bunch of Michael Kopech. He looks like he'll be one of the best pitchers in the league if he can stay healthy. They also have a great minor league team, so watch out for the White Sox. They could be in the contention of winning that division this year.
Yeah, I had the White Sox winning the AL Central last year, and that did not pan out very well. But this year, they could be a surprise team for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me is their pitching.
Yeah. I just think that they need to keep their staff healthy, and they'll be good.
Moving on, Dylan Betances went from one New York team to another New York team. The New York Mets picked him up for a 1-year, $10.5 million deal. The Mets are getting stronger at pitching.
They are.
Especially at relievers.
They are. It's now they have Edwin Diaz, who didn't have a very good season last year, but he'll bounce back. And they have now Dylan Betances too, so that's a really good setup and closer option right there. Not to mention that they have probably one of the best, if not the best, 1-2-3 punch in the league with Stroman, DeGrom, and Syndergaard.
Yeah, it's such a good rotation.
Look for they were a complete disappointment last year, but if Cano can stay healthy, I think that they'll make the playoffs this year.
They fired their manager too.
Well, that guy was an idiot.
And then they fired their other manager too.
Yeah.
They still have Pete Alonso, right?
No, he got cut and he's with the Yankees.
That would be awful. Yeah. Wait, wasn't their manager the former Yankee? The former...
Carlos Beltran?
Carlos Beltran, yeah.
Yeah.
Beltran?
Beltran.
Yeah, he got...
Aren't you in Spanish?
He got
three?
fired because he was the mastermind behind the star.
Yeah. Oh, he was... Was he a former Astro?
Yeah,
He played in that World
He played in
Series,
1
right?
year with the Astros.
We can talk about the Blue Jays again. Yay, Hyunjoo Ryu. I really hope I said that right. He was... Honestly, he could have won the Cy Young last year. He had a really good case for it. He signed a 4-year, $80 million deal. He's in his mid-30s. The Blue Jays really paid him, but they paid him to be their ace. Good move.
Yeah, I think that the Blue Jays have some good talent to build around. If they can get a guy that can give them consistent starts like he can, I think that they can be a decent team.
I think they could be second or third in the AL East. They could be a shocker team, too.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are not going to do
Red
it
Sox
for
are going to
this
fall
year.
apart, but...
Well, they kind of tore themselves apart.
Yeah, now they don't have their second best pitcher, and they also don't have their best player.
Yeah.
So everything's gonna be on JD Martinez and Chris Sale.
And Andrew Benintendi.
And Andrew Benintendi.
Ben, anything to add on?
I would have to agree with all you guys.
All right. Dallas Keuchel. I mean, he signed with, I think he signed with the Braves last year, really late into the season.
Late.
Because the hot stove last year was not hot at all.
No.
Did he bounce back? Or is
No,
he still not doing well?
He was pretty bad.
Oh.
He signed with the White Sox. Well, they got him a 3-year, $55 million deal with a player option.
Yeah.
White Sox are improving that pitching staff even more.
Yeah, I like that move. I think that if you can have a guy that's gonna give you consistent starts, just like the Blue Jays, and the White Sox have one of the best prospects, one of the best farm systems in the league. If they can bring that team up, they'll be a team to be reckoned with.
It's a good supporting cast around their star pitcher, too. Jonathan Scope and C.J. Cron signed with the Detroit Tigers on both 1-year, $6.1 million deals. Both are kind of washed up.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a
Stoke
difference.
was
The
pretty
Tigers
good last year
aren't
with the
terrible.
Twins, but
He's good with the Orioles.
he was good with the Orioles.
And then he kind of fell off with the Brewers. So.
Yeah.
And then C.J. Cron, decent with the Rays, decent with the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can just move on to... It's Julio Teheran, signed with the Los Angeles Angels. Oh, my God. 1-year, $9 million deal. I don't want to see the Mariners play against him.
I know. The AL East is just so good. Like, it's stacked from every single team has a player that is dominant. Like
Besides the Mariners.
Besides the Mariners. The Mariners are the only team with nobody. The Astros have Verlander, and they consistently bring out good pitching.
I mean,
even that they're in kind of a not in a great spot right now. But the Rangers got Corey Kluber, who's a consistent Cy Young winner.
Odor is still there, and what's his name? Infielder. Crap. I can't think of it. But yeah, the Rangers are looking good. The Ace, God.
The A's are just going to find a way to win.
They lost pieces, and we're still going to probably be potentially a playoff team.
Yeah.
And then, the Angels, God, they're looking really scary now. With Teheran, he's either going to just strike you out completely nasty, or he's going to get shelled. Gio Gonzalez, I did not write the team name. All right. Justin Smoke, Eric Sogard, and Ryan Healy all signed around of the ballpark of $4 million to the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers got more Depth, I don't see any of these guys starting. Sogard was very underrated last year. I think he was batting around a 320-ish. He's a great utility player.
Is Justin Smoke not good anymore?
No, he's an all-star.
So why do you only sign for $4 million?
Oh,
he was an all-star.
He was an all-star. He sucked last year.
Oh, so now he's not.
Oh, he was part of that Blue Jays team too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then, Sogard's great. Smoke, And then Ryan Healy, I believe he was injured last year for a little bit.
Missed the whole season.
Yeah, he wasn't amazing when we had him either.
No.
And nobody really was.
No. It was, I think he was a big part of that team. The team that when they started the year, they were ridiculous, and they only had 2 losses, and they looked like they were going to win the division, and they looked like they were going to make the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, and then they didn't do it again.
Yeah, and obviously Smoke and Healy are going to have career years now, so we can move on to Madison Bumgarner signing a 5-year, $85 million deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are looking scary. We still have Greinke also.
Greinke's on the Astros.
Like I said, Greinke's not on. That was very embarrassing. All right, I forgot about Greinke being traded halfway through the year. Yeah, well, when he's healthy, he's good.
Yeah, he is.
And the Diamondbacks could be a shocker team. I don't see them making the playoffs with the East and Central being stacked.
And the West is really good this year too.
I think the Rockies will have a bounce back for sure.
I think so too. Anytime you can have power hitting at Coors, it's an automatic W.
And then the Padres are looking better.
Yeah.
Not calling them the Padres anymore. They're the Padres now.
They're very good.
And then the Giants, well, who really knows?
Yeah.
Is it an even year? Yes, it is. So, they can still have that magic
That
yard.
curse was broken when they stopped winning in 2012.
We're going, Madison Bumgarner, anything to add, Ben? Was he good in perfect inning?
I don't remember that, and it's actually 9 innings. That's the game I played. I'm also okay with this deal because Arizona is, I can't remember what the order is, but they're in my top 3 teams, so, yeah.
All right, good analysis. We're going to move on to the Cleveland Indians receiving Emmanuel Clase and Delano DeShields. DeShields is a great piece. Rangers may miss him, but in return, the Rangers kind of got Corey Kluber, one of the best pitchers in the league.
Yeah, Delano DeShields is also one of the fastest players in the league, so
he's electrifying.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of speed coming, but I don't see the Indians doing much, especially if Lindor leaves. And they also lost Kipnis, but Kipnis wasn't even a big part last year.
He was kind of big when in the World Series. That was in 2016, though. The Indians are kind of in a bad spot. They're probably going to miss the playoffs because they don't have enough pitching.
No. And they missed the playoffs last year, even with good pitching.
Yeah. Well, we can move on to Brett Gardner staying with the New York Yankees on a 1-year, $10 million deal. The deal he had previously was horrible, and the Yankees decided to give him $10 million more.
Yeah.
Is Gardner going to start? Maybe at times. I feel like he's going to be more of a utility player. We can talk about now the biggest... second biggest, because Garrett Cole happened. Anthony Rendon signed with the Los Angeles Angels on a 7-year, $245 million deal. The Nationals are probably going to miss him quite a bit.
They're definitely going to miss him. He should have been the MVP last year if he was robbed. I just don't know what to do because the Angels are going to be, if they can stay healthy, they'll be really good. But they've had rosters where they look like they'll be really good, and they just can't stay healthy. But having Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Justin Upton, Anthony Rendon all on the same team, it's going to be unstoppable. I don't know what you can do.
They also have Andrelton Simmons, probably one of the best defensive players in the MLB.
Probably the best defensive shortstop in the league.
Yeah, I think he is definitely the best defensive shortstop for sure. He's probably one of the best even outside of that, right?
Yeah.
The Angels are looking very scary again. Their problems in years past has been health and then pitching.
Yeah.
Pitching has been an issue for them.
They had Garrett Richards who couldn't stay healthy, and he was their ace for a while, but now they have Teheran.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't trust him as my ace.
Well, they got to.
We can move on to Blake Treinen signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers. 1 year, $10 million. Solid pickup for the Dodgers. I don't know how they're coming up with this money.
Yeah, well, it's there's no cap in the MLB, so it's LA, so you're gonna get the most lights there. You're gonna get a lot of pay from those markets. The Dodgers, the Red Sox, and the Yankees are probably the top three.
Well, we can move on to the biggest, I think, in my opinion, the largest. Garrett Cole signing with New York Yankees. $324 million total.
Yeah.
Over 9 years. I mean, the Yankees are looking as World Series favorites.
Yeah. With now having, if Severino can stay healthy, they also have Paxton, Masahiro Tanaka, and they also have Garrett Cole. They just look really, really good on paper.
I mean, they have they kind of have Stanton, Judge, and Sanchez.
Best catcher in the league. The only thing that they're gonna miss is Didi Gregorius, but I think that they can make up with that because they just find good hitting. Gio Urshela looked really good last year. Judge consistently good. Gardner pretty good. And if Stanton can be healthy, Stanton can probably, if he stays healthy in Yankee Stadium, he'll go 50+.
Yeah, it sucks that he's a Yankee. Speaking of Didi Gregorius, he signed a 1-year, $14 million deal with the Philadelphia Phillies. That's a good signing, good pickup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Gregorius is a very good shortstop.
Yeah, they have a good middle infield now. They have Segura and Gregorius.
They could probably be a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to piece it back together.
I think so, too.
Strasburg re-signed with the Nationals on a 7-year, $245 million deal. The same contract as Anthony Rendon, but I think Strasburg was definitely more instrumental in that World Series run.
Yeah. Now they have probably the best 1-2 punch in the league.
Mm-hmm. Anything to add, Ben?
I agree.
All right. The San Diego Padres got Tommy Pham and the Rays got Hunter Renfroe. Kind of just a swap. I think Pham is better than Renfroe.
Did you just say Hunter Renfroe?
Yeah, Hunter Renfroe.
The Clemson wide receiver.
Yeah.
The Clemson wide receiver is playing baseball?
No, it's a different Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah.
There are more Hunter Renfroe.
I didn't even think about that, actually, now that I think about it.
I thought he switched over to baseball or something. Okay, sorry.
Well, he wouldn't be good at anything. He's not even fast.
Hey.
Hunter Renfroe was promising with the Padres. I mean, he just didn't pan out once they kind of got more pieces in there. Tommy Pham should help out a lot. I don't really know what the Rays were thinking there.
No, I don't know either. Tommy Pham was really big last year when they were making the playoffs.
Absolutely, and we can move on to the Washington Nationals re-signing Howie Kendrick, 1-year, $6.25 million deal. Kendrick, in my opinion, isn't that good, but, I mean, he played when it mattered.
Yeah, he played well in the playoffs, but, I mean, he was out of the league because of injuries for multiple years, and then he just popped out of nowhere in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can go Zach Wheeler, 5-year, $118 million deal with the Phillies. Phillies building up that pitching that's already decent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Wheeler was really big last year with the Mets having a really good rotation. Mets are going to significantly miss him, but I still think that they're fine with that 1-2-3.
No, yeah, man, I had Wheeler also with that.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels, 1-year, $18 million deal with the Atlanta Braves. Hamels is getting really up there in age.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is.
Where's Cole Hamels from?
Or
what teams did he play for?
He played for the Phillies. He played for
Rangers.
the Braves. Not the Braves.
Rangers.
No, well, now he's on the Braves. He played for the Rangers.
Now he's playing with the Braves. Mike Moustakas signed a 4-year, $64 million deal with the Cincinnati Reds. That's a great pickup, too.
Yeah,
Moustakas is great. Drew Pomeranz, pitcher, signed with the San Diego Padres. 4 years, $34 million. Solid pickup by the Padres. If they're a playoff team, I think we're still a few years away. The White Sox retained Jose Abreu, 3 years, $15 million deal, and Yasmani Grandal, 4 years, $73 million. The White Sox have been retaining a lot of guys, and they picked up even more pieces. Mm-hmm. They're going to be promising. And then Will Smith, 3 years, $40 million option with the Atlanta Braves. And now we can move to the last deal. And since we're Mariner fans, we can talk about this. The Seattle Mariners, it's not even that big of an acquisition. The Seattle Mariners traded away Omar Narvaez, great hitter, for prospects Adam Hill and a competitive balance pick. That's great timing. I was a believer that we should trade away Narvaez. I don't think that was the best.
Narvaez is one of the best hitting catchers in the league.
I know, but
if a catcher can hit over 250, they're considered a very good hitting catcher.
But you got like a range between 20 and 30th prospect for the Milwaukee Brewers, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Adam Hill's that special.
No.
I mean, Dipoto likes making moves. He made the wrong move here.
So far, it's been looking like he's made only one good move, which was getting rid of Cano and Diaz for...
Kelenic is
really good.
And then,
Dunn is really good.
Dunn is great, yeah. Kelenic's better, but...
Yeah. And then I like the Paxton move because Sheffield looks like he's going to be pretty good.
I mean, we'll be good in, like... Yeah, never mind.
No. That team's not winning a World Series.
Well,
Julio Rodriguez is filthy, though.
Anything you want to add on about the Seattle Mariners?
I don't know.
You're disappointed in here.
Uh-huh.
You're kind of a secondary baseball analyst, aren't you? So
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I kind of wish I was a Mariners fan, but I just can't stop loving them.
I think it's too late in our lives to switch now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll be bandwagon.
It's never too late when you've never seen your team play in the playoffs.
That's fair. Detroit. Wait, no, Detroit did. Oh, they lost to the Seahawks, though. That concludes our baseball podcast. As you can see, we didn't talk a ton. We didn't go in great detail because there were so many moves. We'll talk about the Mariners throughout the season. That concludes episode 10 of the Practice Squad podcast. You can check our Instagram page at @thepractice_squad. Check our other YouTube videos, and we will see you guys next week.